Pennsylvania House Bill 1697 was introduced in July of 2019. House Bill 1697 is a PA state policy that wishes to amend Title 51 of the Pennsylvania Consolidated Statutes, as well as provide for the delivery of services and programs to veterans with cognitive mental disability and emotional trauma. This bill also wishes to establish the Office of Veterans Mental Health Awareness. Thomas Mert is a member of the Republican Party and is the sponsor who introduced this bill. The remaining 17 co-sponsors of this bill are members of the Democratic Party. Thomas Mert is a veteran himself and served as a sergeant in the U.S. Army Reserve in Iraq. For more information on Thomas Mert or the co-sponsors of this bill, you can select the links provided in the description of this video. Post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, affects approximately 20 million U.S. military veterans, and these veterans face hardships that involve mental health, physical health, social health, and occupational functioning. Only 9.5% of veterans receive mental health care for PTSD and other mental illnesses. The primary goals of this policy are to provide full access to a range of support services and programs, and to provide equal access to all support services and awareness programs. Primary goals also include providing information to veterans and healthcare providers regarding mental disabilities, mental illness, sexual and personal trauma, and to provide a list of available healthcare providers. Assisting in maintaining employment and support services for people in their homes and communities is another highlight of this bill. Veterans have been underserved when it comes to receiving mental health services due to being denied from individualized and specialized services. These services are denied because of symptoms that do not present until later in life or misdiagnoses. This bill seeks to create a department office to develop policies to expand and improve outreach services and assist veterans who have had trauma or disabilities by giving them the care that they need. This department office, when created, would complete staff trainings and assist healthcare providers to complete educational training. For more information on what the department office wishes to do, please select the link provided in the description of this video. House Bill 1697 was preceded by House Bill 1014 in 2014. This bill was introduced by Thomas Mert and had 28 co-sponsors who were members of the Democratic Party and 9 co-sponsors who were members of the Republican Party. House Bill 707 was also introduced by Thomas Mert in 2017. This bill had 13 co-sponsors who were members of the Democratic Party and 6 co-sponsors who were members of the Republican Party. Both of these proposed bills were introduced to amend Title 51. Thomas Mert stated that he was proposing this legislation on behalf of all veterans who face a mental health issue so that they can receive the necessary services that will promote independent living and strong family sustainability. Veterans need assistance in obtaining or maintaining employment, financial stability, and healthcare services. This legislation focuses on providing the necessary services that address the many issues our veterans face today. In a time where more and more veterans face severe mental issues, it is of utmost importance to improve their quality of life the best way possible. The formal actors for House Bill 1697 include Thomas Mert, the sponsor, as well as the co-sponsors of this bill. Since this bill is in the Veterans Affairs and Emergency Preparedness Committee, all of these members are also formal actors. The informal actors include the groups and organizations that would be impacted if this bill were to be passed. The Wounded Warriors Group, Department of Veteran Affairs, and Veterans of Foreign Wars organizations throughout Pennsylvania are groups that have shown an interest in advocating for this bill. Occupational therapy students would also be informal actors for this bill, and these students, along with many others, can help spread awareness for this bill to become enacted. Although informal actors are not directly involved with the government, they can influence the outcome of this bill greatly. If this bill were to be passed, these groups would be positively impacted by providing services to veterans in need. House Bill 1697 is being proposed at the state level, and it is a distributive policy. A distributive policy involves the granting of some sort of benefit to a particular interest group or other well-defined, relatively small group of beneficiaries. The Rational Comprehensive Model can assist in the analysis of House Bill 1697. This decision-making model will allow all formal actors to gather information about the bill and decide upon the option that will yield the greatest benefit. The decision makers are presented with a problem and a goal, and based on this, try to come up with the best solution. Many veterans throughout Pennsylvania struggle with mental health illnesses and do not receive the services that they need or deserve. If House Bill 1697 becomes enacted, an Office of Veterans Mental Health Awareness is established and would increase the services that these veterans require. The main obstacle that is causing House Bill 1697 and the bills preceding it to not be passed is the economic aspect. This bill is creating an Office of Veterans Mental Health Awareness, and the bill does not specifically state where this money is going to come from to create this department. If this office is not created, then these individuals will not have the access to the support and services that they deserve. This bill will not affect the population as a whole, but will directly impact veterans and families of veterans. Another group that will largely be affected is the informal actors of this bill. Goal consensus is another obstacle that this policy will face. This bill is a strong partisan bill, 17-1, meaning that Republicans may be looking at the economic aspect of how this department office will be funded. Republicans are generally less willing to support policies that do not lessen spending. Different forces are also acting on this policy. The social force is important due to the increase in veterans that are not receiving the care that they need. Socially, individuals should be aware of this issue. Funding is the largest economic force that this bill is facing today. For this bill to be passed, all of these aspects need to be taken into consideration. There are different strategies that individuals could use to overcome these obstacles. Advocacy is an approach that could help bring awareness to this bill and its potential benefits. Formal and informal actors could also draw attention to this particular policy. The petition for this particular bill is striving to help individuals understand what exactly this bill addresses and what it could do for the veteran population. Many veterans are facing mental health struggles, and this is important to address. Bringing awareness to this bill is the main objective that could bring more support to pass this bill. I urge you to consider the positive effects this bill will have statewide and show your support by signing this petition. There are additional aspects to consider for this bill using the Rational Comprehensive Model. This bill may have opposing views and may not be supported by everyone that comes across it. Another aspect is socially, individuals may not be educated on the topic of veterans' mental health, and this could cause people to stray away from supporting this bill. Additionally, liberals and conservatives may view this bill differently. Conservatives may think that enacting this bill could waste resources needed for other primary issues. On the other hand, liberals may think that these veterans need as much support as possible, and this bill would provide these services. Finally, the cost-benefit analysis refers to counting up in monetary terms the cost of pursuing policies and the benefits of implementing them. Individuals must balance goals, values, cost, and benefits using rational, comprehensive decision-making. The finances needed after this bill is enacted need to be taken into account while making a rational decision. This bill would ensure that veterans are receiving the correct treatment for their condition, and this treatment may be completed by occupational therapists or OTs. OTs can assist individuals with mental illness to improve their occupational outcomes, health and wellness, life skills, and overall independence. According to the American Occupational Therapy Association, mental health is a component of all occupational interventions. Less than 2% of occupational therapists work in the field of mental health, and this could be increased by the passing of House Bill 1697. According to the Occupational Therapy Code of Ethics, occupational therapy personnel should advocate for the changes to systems and policies that are discriminatory, unfairly limit, or prevent access to occupational therapy services. Occupational therapy students can also voice their opinion about this policy to increase awareness. Every veteran should have the right to the positive effects that House Bill 1697 could ensure.